Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jack Later still in Lake Jackson, and this one I saw the other day online and I did not believe it. I don't know if this is going to work. It's either going to be a grand mess or a great meal. It's weird how that happens. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe to all the YouTubey stuff. Ring the little bell down that corner, get notifications right over where my dirty dishes are. Get notifications when we do these as close to Tuesdays and Fridays as we can. Also, there's a link. Hold on a second. There we go. Like I was saying, there's a link down the doobly-doo for our merch. Got our, our aprons here, spatulas, pot holders, spoons, flippers, a couple of different things. We very much appreciate it. We're a small business, and let's just get into the food. Yeah. Kind of like the shirt, man. Yeah. Food. Sorry. Alright, this looks like a lot of stuff, and it is, but it's two different recipes here, so let's pay attention. So what you want to add to your French toast, it's up to you. I usually use some blueberries or bananas or whatever I got close, so that's cool. It's totally optional. It's up to you. And I have a recipe with banana, thanks to Sarah Milliken, that I'm going to be working on, so keep track of that. So you're going to need some sugar, both granulated and brown, which is nice. Quarter cup of that. You're going to need some powdered sugar. You're going to need 2 cups of that. 3 tablespoons of butter. It said salted, but I'm using unsalted because I'm adding salt later. You're going to want some cinnamon, a couple of different types of that, and so a little bit of salt, like 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. You're going to want to get you some vanilla flavoring or some vanilla extract. It's up to you. It's kind of interchangeable here. And you're going to want some milk. It's at least 2.5 cups of milk for this thing. So that's the thing, and a couple of tablespoons for the glaze. You want 6 eggs, man. I got the usual large. This is like the dollar box, whatever. So we're going to use half a dozen of these. Just make sure they're not cracked. Set those aside. Now, the biggest thing you're going to need here is some bread. Get one of these French loaves, at least 14 ounces of it. Let it get stale. I had 2 in this, so I went ahead and ate one and let the other one stay. You can take these out, cut them up, leave them in a pan for a little while so it gets nice and stale. It's perfect. It was still very cheap for what it is. So first things first, get your bread. You're going to get you a nice sharp knife. Shout out to Andy. And you're going to cut this down into cubes as best you can, or just smaller pieces, okay? I've never had to slice my bread this way. So if you just split it once, you see these weird pieces here, not cubes. So I split it again from the other side. Cut it again, not cubes. Problem with round bread is it's very hard to cube. So I just cut it into quarters, man. That's the easiest way to do this. I don't understand why the original recipe said cubes. Whatever. Get these, set them aside, make sure they're nice and stale. I don't know why they just insisted on that, so let them sit out there. So get you a decent bowl. We're going to go ahead and make the French toast mix here, okay? So it doesn't have to be a big bowl, doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be mixing things. So go ahead and get 6 eggs, going to crack them in here, and just get all the shells out if you break it. Be sure to keep your pinky out, because we're fancy in this mofo. Whatever. So, so just put all these eggs in here, get rid of your shells. If there's any shell pieces in there, get them out. But you want to go ahead and get 2.5 cups of milk. I'm going to go ahead and start with a half cup. This one's got that little handy-dandy measuring halfway down, and then the full cup all the way up there. So 2.5 cups of milk, 6 eggs. Got it? And get you a fork and whisk the hell out of it. You just want to beat it until all those eggs are nice and runny inside there. I sped this up because this takes forever. You're going to want a 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. They said compress it, but that was when you're measuring it. I put it in a bowl just to be fancy. So, get your, this was my 1/4 teaspoon, and I only did half of it of salt. I don't know why they insisted on salt being in there, but I guess it helps with the cooking. And then you want 1 of the tablespoons of cinnamon. Sounds like a lot. Should have done this before I added the wets. And then your vanilla extract. Sorry, I was really impressed with that pour when I put it on there. Go ahead and put that in there. Then you're going to whisk and whisk until it all gets mixed in. I screwed up and put in the dries later. Ignore the fact that it looks like that I used a blender to do it. I just took it a long time. I've been going to the gym. So go ahead and put your stale breadcrumbs into your mix. Now that's nice and mixed. Get it mixed into there, and then we're going to give it a gentle toss here. You don't want it spreading all over your kitchen. You don't want it spilling. You don't want to lose any bread, so just get your little fork, push it all down into your milk and egg mixture, and just give it a gentle toss, right? Take a little bit, make sure everything gets a little bit of that egg mixture on it. Kind of press it down. And then we're going to take this and we're going to put it in our fridge, okay? We're going to put it in there 2 to 4 hours. At least 4 hours. They said you can leave it overnight even longer. I only did 4 hours, so I went to the gym, came back. Here I am. Now you want 3 tablespoons. Remember, you can measure it on the side of most of your good packaging on most of your butter. Just get 3 of them. And then we're going to cut that up into small slices because we're going to put this on top of it when we put it in the crock pot. So just get this and make sure you get all the pieces of paper off of there. Just get it into little chunks there. Don't worry if it sticks to each other. It just looks weird when it stacks up on your knife. Pull it off. Oh, that's really tough after a gym workout. So this has been sitting for 4 hours. Just go ahead and put it straight into your crock pot. Put that in there. Now you see it's starting to get all squid and squidgy in there. Get you a spatula or a spoon or something, kind of pat it down, and then take that butter and put it across the top in just relatively small pieces wherever. I wouldn't just put the whole brick right in the middle. And then cover it. We're going to cook it, okay? So when you cook it, you can do it on low or high, okay? Low, it's going to take 4 hours. High, it's going to take an hour and a half. Okay, I don't know what that hand sign for 1.5 was, but I'm going to do it on low because I got some gaming to do, so we're going to get into it and come back. So about 3.5 before in, we're going to make this glaze. So you put 2 cups of your powdered sugar in there. Then you get that teaspoon of cinnamon and put it in here. Bloop. And then the same with your vanilla extract. Just put that in there too. It doesn't look like much, and it's a lot of sugar, but it's going to melt in here. Now, you get your milk, and you want to do 3 or 4 tablespoons of milk, and that's it. It's not going to be going very far, trust me, but we're going to start whisking it. We're going to add in a little bit of milk as we go. Now, this is one of the things where you got to listen to your ancestors' hand. Get you a nice whisk, and then start mixing that wet in with the dry there. It's going to start clumping up in there, inside your whisk. You see that it is? When it starts getting in there and there's nothing but dry showing, put a little bit more milk. You can probably measure this out. It said just add milk as you see fit as you go. But the more you add, the more it actually turns into that glaze. But if you do it nice and slow, it looks so pretty when you're done. So I think I added 2 or 3 times. I added the milk in 2 or 3 times, not times that much, like multiply it by 3. But just keep mixing it until it turns into this proper glaze, right? That whisk will come in there, it'll start draining out real nice, be super smooth, and you won't have dry sugar and stuff stuck to it, and then you're about good, all right? So you always want to do that nice and slow. If you put too much in, it's going to get way runny, and then you got to go back and put everything else in. So just get that, set it aside, and we're going to do that when we serve it. Now, after 4 hours, this is looking amazing. Your whole house smells great. It's weird because it's coming out of a crock pot. You want to put it in there until either the eggs are set or it's completely firm. My egg set, so I'm good. So I'm going to pull it out. We're going to dress it with a little bit of this glaze. Right? And then you're done, or you can add sliced fruit or just through the blueberries at it. But there you go. That's done. Serve it. It is so filling. It's sweet. It ain't healthy. It's well under our budget, even with the blueberries costing like $3 for the quart. But this is really good. It was, again, one of those recipes I just spotted. Somebody had sent me on Instagram or TikTok like, hey, have you ever heard this? And I was like, nope, I'm doing it for the show if I can get the budget. So you got to give this a try. It works so well. I don't know. It's very much a breakfast thing. I don't mind having breakfast for dinner, but doing it in the morning and having that, let it sit 4 hours and then cook it for 4 hours. You have to do it definitely on high for the hour and a half, but you're going to have to do it early. I would suggest this for like a holiday or something. I don't know how well it would hold up with the eggs for meal prep and stuff, but if you keep it sealed, it could keep for a couple of days. Sorry, I'm stepping on my tongue, but I'm not redoing it because I'm right at the end of the voiceover. So yeah, let me know if you've ever heard of this, if you've ever tried it, or if I've done it wrong, or if you're going to try it, let me know, man. Send me pictures of it. I'm super eager to see other people trying our recipes. And there you have it, folks. French toast casserole from a crock pot. How different is that? That is just so weird. Apparently there's a bunch of different stuff, different people that do different ways, but this is how we put it together. Let me know if you do it differently or you want to see me try it differently. I will revisit this. This turned out so good. So it worked out so well. So yeah, let me know. Put it down in the comments. That's what they're there for. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon, with all those at Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. We're also at Instagram, Live Between. I had to shorten it down over there. Me, Oswald Nerdy. I'm on all of those, including over on Twitter and on TikTok. Usually just talking nerd stuff, action figures, miniatures, gaming, D&D stuff, whatever. But I'll talk cooking too. I'll see y'all next time, y'all. Please be safe and enjoy the food.